Good morning. I'm today asked to demonstrate and to explain some of the tools that I use in chip carving, and also the techniques and the books that are very handy for you to, would be handy for you to use if you want to get into this. Now, over here on my workbench, I have laid out a few of the kinds of tools that workers use that do this kind of carving. These are the kind that you probably would think of in connection with carving wood. These are chisels of various shapes. I have a set of them that I inherited from my mother, who was pretty good at it. But these are just 3 of those, probably 12 or 15. This is the tool that I use most. It's a tool that does almost anything that I'd want to do. It's a one you can buy on the internet, and and these are some of the devices that I use to protect myself. This is a little pad, so when I carve, if this thing slips, I usually protect my finger away from it, but if I carve and it slips, it's going to not cut my finger. And this little tool is part of the sharpening procedure. Very simple, very fine honing stone that you use to sharpen the edge of a tool like this. Get it pretty sharp, and then once in a while the edge is so refined that it will bend over. Well, this you can use. This is just a piece of steel that is used to smooth or to straighten out that edge. So those are the tools that we use, and I think it might be useful to see what you can do with those, particularly this simple tool. This is a book on chip carving by Wayne Barton, and in it he tells you just about everything about chip carving. This is the same tool, a picture of it. Same tool that I use, the knife, and my thumb will be used, as I said, as the pivot, and this is your other part of your hand is used to control the point of the blade. So you can do most anything that you'd want to be doing with that particular tool. This is an image of something I made that is illustrative of how complex you can get with that simple carving tool. I made various things for my family members. And this one is, if I can find it. No, it's not there. Somewhere in here there's a picture of a book. Where did I put it? Book. Oh, okay. There it is, right in front of me. But this is a book shelf or a cover or holder. I made it for my son when he was married, and for the wedding book they had saved. It has carving around it that are very personal to them and nostalgic, because it has parts of their wedding vows. But I carved them around the edge using this very simple tool, and this is another example of a complex rendering that you can make. It's a monogram that I used actually on that table, but I also used it on some cradles I've made, or ones like it. So these are, I hope, illustrative of the kinds of things that I do, but also of how complex you can get with this very simple knife.